The following program is rated D for dumb. The following non-nominated, non-award-winning program is rated D for dumb.
Thank you, Harry. Hello, everybody. Dave Canyon here. Welcome to another episode of Dumbing It Down with Dave. It's a Dumbcast, and a Carcast, and a podcast. 3 shows in one. I am in the Dodge Caravan. It is March 21. Happy spring, everybody. I hope you're having a good beginning to your spring season. It's 10:31 a.m. Eastern Time here in the Dodge Caravan, the Dumbmobile. It's also known as the Porta Potty, P-O-R-T-A-P-O-D-D-Y. It's a phrase that I've coined because I do a carcast. I'm one of the few carcasts in the world. There's 1,800,000 podcasts. If you hear of another carcast, let me know. I'm very curious what they're doing and how they're doing it. At the same time, I really don't care. I like to think that this show is kind of unique. I hope you're enjoying Dumb 3.0 as we've changed things around, kind of shortened up the intro and the outro and all that good stuff. And today, let's just get right to it. No banter, no blah, blah, blah. Let's get to listeners' comments. We're going to do episode 282, where we try to do last episode. But I got on a tangent, so it didn't happen. I protest, number 282. I think I already did listeners' comments with this once, but we'll do it again. Because, who knows? Maybe this time I'll get it right. And I'm also having a lot of microphone and headset problems. So if the sound goes out, then I don't publish it. I'll do it again. But I just want to keep you in touch as to what's happening behind the wheel. What's happening on the other side of the microphone. What's happening on the other side of the microphone is I think it's time to replace this iPhone 6S. It's time to really upgrade my sound system, or it's time to end it all. But I don't know. Well, everything's up in the air. But I don't want you to think I don't have my heart into this. I do. It's just that, I consider the possibilities of life. All right, episode 282, I protest. In this episode, Dave gets inspired and talks about the previous episode, work, life in general, and a protest that occurred in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021. Easy for me to say. All right, so what were the listeners' comments for episode 282? We had 11 comments. Thank you very much, everybody, for leaving a comment in the Spreaker chat box. That's what it's there for. If you're not listening on Spreaker, if you're listening on Spotify, which a lot of you do, and Apple Podcasts, wherever, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, feel free to leave me a 5-star rating with a review. The 5 stars is the rating. And then there's a review where you have to write. You actually have to write the review. You'll say something like, hey, Dumbing It Down with Dave Canyon is a great Dumbcast. But it's also a carcast in a podcast. Very few shows do that. If you are listening to podcasts, you should listen to the Dumbcast, which is Dumbing It Down with Dave. Say I just wrote it for you. So you don't even have to, or ask me, I'll write it for you. I'll send it to you. You copy and paste it, and you'll do it. Dave, doesn't it sound like immoral or illegal? No, it's not illegal or immoral. I'm trying to do you a favor. I'm trying to make it easy for you so you can feel good about the fact, hey, you left a review, a 5-star rating and a review. All right, so I left the first comment. What did I write? Hey, thank you very much for checking out this episode called I Protest. I did the best I could to be entertaining, informative, and compelling. That's what they call podcasting on ice. Informative, compelling, and entertaining. It's usually in that order, but I messed it up. Up until the point where I mentioned that somebody died as a result of the protests. At that point, I kept it pretty serious. At least I tried to. Feel free to engage with the show via Twitter, at Dumb with Dave, or the website, right? The website is dumbingitdownwithdave.com. There's a contact form. You could write me via the contact form. It works. And then it says here, or call Lynn on the Dumbing It Down with Dave dumb line. But it's really meant, it was supposed to say call in, not call Lynn. Call in. And that number is 347-746-3862. What, Dave? Slow down. We're not that smart. You have that Brooklyn accent and that Brooklyn speed. 347-746-3862. It's also 3477, I am dumb. I am dumb. Do you guys get offended by that? Do you think you shouldn't be offended. It's a term of endearment. You're my dum-dums. It's okay. I'm a dummy. And you're my dum-dums. All right, there you go. That's the first comment of that show. And then Linda Irwin, she commented, thank you, Linda Irwin, from Awesome Insanity Servers, and for providing the AI voices of Harry and Raven. I love these AI voices she's provided. She's been doing it for years, and she does it for nothing, and I really appreciate her contribution to the show. And she's also doing Off the Wall with Tom and Paul. Give Off the Wall with Tom and Paul a listen. It's a comedy podcast, and she's giving that a go, a new spin on comedy and a spin-off of a spin-off of Awesome Insanity Surface. By the way, one of the greatest names in podcasting history, Awesome Insanity Surface. All right. Linda Irwin wrote, I better start being nicer to Raven, or Melania, LOL. That's right, Linda, you better. Linda Irwin wrote, it is cloudy in McCall. Speaking of it's cloudy in McCall, let's give you, I'll give you a mileage check on the Caravan, why not? And we'll do a weather report. For those of you who are new to the show, I often do this. Why not? In the Kia Rio, more especially, I do it because it's fascinating to know that a 2000 Kia Rio is still going. And some people are fascinated by that. Like, really? How many miles you got on that? And then I tell you. But I'm not driving the Kia today, but the Kia is at 290,000 miles plus. Anyway, in the Dodge Caravan, I'm at exactly just turned over 95,100 miles. So 2011 Dodge Caravan, 95,100 miles. I got it for a little bit over $10,000 a couple of years ago. This replaced the Honda Fit I used to have. It's great. I love it. I wish I got a Caravan 20 years ago. They're really very comfortable. I love it. And it's got a great stereo system, great radio, and all that other stuff. And the weather report. Okay, the upstate New York weather report. Anybody want to take a guess? Anybody want to take a guess? I'm telling you, folks, I'm not making this up. It is beautiful and sunny out. Today is like the first day of spring or the second day of spring, but it's the first really beautiful day. It is so sunny out. This is the part of the season where I'm going to start complaining about the sun coming in on the east side of the Caravan and heating this up. It turns into like a greenhouse in here. Sometimes I'm just afraid to fart. I don't know what's going to happen because it gets so hot in here. And it's weird, but you know, and then again, I'm working on my trucker's tan, which is the left side of my body. So right now I should have suntan lotion on my arm because half my body, half my face gets tanned in the. It's one of the advantages of working nights. But you know, in the morning when I'm coming up the Thruway North, the sun is in the east, but I still get a tan. And going home, you know, like now in the morning, I get that tan on the left hand side. Anyway, it's beautiful out. If anybody was ever thinking about where to move, where should I move? I want to move away from where I'm moving. The Northeast is incredibly safe. New York State, even though it has the most corrupt state government ever, and now we have this Andrew Cuomo thing, you know, with his sexcapades, he might get impeached. And we had a governor not too long ago, Spitzer. He had a sex thing going on. He left. We had a blind guy in between. So he did something too, but I think he stayed to the end. I mean, not too many states have a blind guy as a governor, but we did. And he was black too, by the way. So that was nice, right? We checked that off. We're not racist. We're just corrupt. But the weather is beautiful. There's no earthquakes. We don't have flooding, really. So if you're thinking of a place to live, give me a call, and I'll hook you up with a real estate agent. You can live in the Hudson Valley. You can live in central New York. You can live anywhere you want. It's just really great weather. And the further north you go in the Adirondacks, it's really beautiful up there, except they get a lot more snow than I do down here in the Hudson Valley. All right, so Linda Irwin wrote, it is cloudy in McCall, which is great because it's always fire and ice in McCall, Idaho. McCall, Iowa? No, McCall, Idaho. Anyway, so Linda, good for you. I'm glad it's cloudy. Better than some of the alternatives that you've had. Linda Irwin also wrote, I had just finished putting my show together for Friday and went at my usual time to watch local news. But instead, it was the chaos at the Capitol in D.C. I found myself staring at it for over an hour, like I was watching a train wreck. Wow, I didn't see it live, but that must have been something. So I'm not going to go down that road, that can of worms of the situation, the riot, whatever you want to call it. You know, people are calling it, it's definitely an insurgency. And, it's a great conversation because what really did happen? What really did happen, ultimately, is that security failed. Forget about the people approaching the Capitol. They approached the Capitol because they could. And they invaded the Capitol because they could. But, Dave, that's wrong. Yeah, I know it's wrong. But they could, and they did. If there was security, if there was proper security, then they never would have done it. So I'm going with that. That's my pragmatism. But Dave, if they never if Trump didn't do that, no. If they had proper security, people would have said, no. You know what they need to do? I should have the sponsor. They need to get that Ring, that camera, They should have had a camera at the front door. Anyway, this way they would have had it all recorded. Isn't it amazing that the government doesn't have like Ring? Maybe they do. I never saw any of the footage, by the way. Well, I saw very little of the footage. You know me, I don't follow this stuff. That's them. That's them. They protested. They rioted. I don't do that. You know what I do? I go home. That's what I do. That's what I'm known for. I go home. That's why I'm never in trouble. I should get a T-shirt saying, how come I never see trouble? Because I go home. All right. Patrick Maruki wrote, thought you were very funny as a stand-up. Thank you, Patrick Maruki. I appreciate the compliment. It's very nice of you to say that. Whether you mean it or not, it's okay, but I appreciate you saying that. Patrick Maruki wrote, I'll have to do more cooking Facebook videos. Oh, yeah, I was talking about him slicing carrots one day. He did a Facebook Live. He was in his kitchen slicing carrots. It was compelling. It was captivating. And then every so often he would stop cutting. I was like, oh, my God, please don't cut your fingers. And he'd stop cutting, and he'd go over the camera with his old man eyeglasses, like, and can you see me? It was pretty funny. Patrick, you should replay that. You should submit it to me. I'll put it on the Dumbing It Down with Dave Facebook group. Oh, by the way, that's another way to reach out to the show other than Twitter at Dumb with Dave or dumbingitdownwithdave.com. You can go over to Dumbing It Down with Dave Facebook group on Facebook. As long as I'm still there. I'm definitely looking into alternatives. I would have been at Parler by now, but we all know what happened with Parler. One of the greatest tragedies in American freedom is that they deplatformed the platform. They didn't just deplatform Alex Jones or other people named Alex or whatever. They deplatformed a platform. And I always say this. If I was a Democrat, I wouldn't be happy about that. I wouldn't be happy about that somebody has the power. Now, if it was a really hateful platform, I would have said, yeah, it's a bad platform. But still, they have the right to be hateful. You understand that in this country? You have the right to be hateful. It's not a good thing. You're going to have to pay the consequences. You should be conscious of your hatefulness. But there is no hate on Parler. And it wasn't a right-wing conservative platform. It was a free speech platform. Okay, I'm going down that road. Radio Hope, Mike Myers, M-Y-E-R's from Muck Radio, M-U-K, muckradio.com. Plays my show every day. He plays my show, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Muck Radio. Radio Hope is the show he does every morning at 9 a.m. on Muck, but you don't have to go to Muck Radio to listen to it. That's where the live stream is. He does it on Spreaker. You can go to Spreaker. I don't know if he's on any other podcast platform, but he's on Spreaker. And he has a call-in number, and his name of the show is Radio Hope. He's funny. He's a nonconformist Christian. And part of his profile says, please excuse my humanness. He's very, very funny. He wrote, hey, Dave. Radio Hope. Mike Myers wrote, I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy your shows. And Mike does. He plays pool, and he listens to my show. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate your support. It's nice to have a man of his quality, of his stature. And he's going to do more work with me in the future. I just have to get off my ass. Gail Nobles. Wow, it's great. I always love hearing from Gail. And I love Gail's voice. If you ever have a chance, she has like all these different shows on Spreaker. Search Gail Nobles, Gail Nobles, Nobles. She sings, she talks, she has a great narrative. I want to do a narrative for this show, but she won't do it. I don't know why, but she won't do it. Gail, if you're listening to me, I really would love you to do some narration for my show. Your show is a very good show, even if it's not nominated. Thank you, Gail. Gail, with the topical jokes. Thank you, Gail. Gail also wrote a second comment. By the way, this is all happening about a month ago. She wrote this. You can get better. Great ideas don't always come to us. Keep podcasting. You may not see yourself getting better, but you are growing. Thank you, Gail. That's very nice. And that's it. Those are all the comments. I see that Luke from Luke Loses clicked like, but he didn't leave a comment. That's okay. It's all right, Luke. No hard feelings. All right, Dumb 3.0. This would be episode 283. Dumb 3.0. What's the breakdown for Dumb 3.0? In this episode, Dave starts another new era in Dumbing It Down with Dave history. Gone are the intros and outros. Let's Get To It has a new standard commitment and a more immediate approach to the core of the show. Dave also discusses his opinions about the events that occurred at the Capitol and the deplatforming of Parler. Oh, so I guess I did it again. Oops, I did it again. All right. Wow, 14 comments. Let's see what happens. All right, I leave the first comment, which I try to do. It's like a tip jar. Welcome to Dumb 3.0, a new era in Dumbing It Down with Dave history, which I also initialize as DIDWD. DIDWD. Sometimes it's, by this time you guys know what I mean, right? DIDWD, Dumbing It Down with Dave. A new era in DIDWD history. I hope you enjoy the changes. I'm always changing things, and I'm always changing things for the better. I hope things get better for the show and for this country. I'm going to do my best to continue to do this show and do it with consistency. Well, I don't know if that really happened, but I'm trying. There are never any promises or guarantees. All I can do is try. Please feel free to engage with the show via the Spreaker chat box or absolutely call into the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline. There it goes. At 3477-I-AM-DUMB or 347-746-3862. I appreciate your support and thank you. Linda Irwin with the comments right away. 0, less than 0. That is sad. Oh, I was talking about my friends. How many friends do I have? 0. I have no friends. I have people that I know. All of you. I know you. Are we friends? Yeah. Okay, listen. According to the Webster Dictionary, we're friends. Are you going to pick me up at the airport? Probably not. Are you going to help me move? Probably not. Are we going to see each other and hang out anytime soon? Probably not. But Dave, that doesn't mean we're not friends. Okay, I get it. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't go home and get a phone call from a guy or a girl and say, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just hanging out. Oh, I'll come over. We'll have a beer. We'll watch the races. We'll talk. We'll do a podcast together. No, I don't get any of that. No friends. I'm friendless. So, yeah. And I've had friends, and I've lost all of them. Every friend I've ever had is gone. I have no friends. Sorry. It's not sad to me, by the way, because Linda Irwin wrote, that is so sad. You know what, Linda? I love the logistics of it all. I'm a free man. I can move about the country, do anything I want. It's really liberating. And it's really been a big ease on my mind not to be in all these phone calls with all these people, these friends of mine who are depleters. They would suck all my energy out of my life, and they wouldn't return any of it. So I went down that road many episodes ago. I'm not doing it again, although I just did. But I hope you understand. It sounds sad, but believe me, it's not. And at this point, by the way, let me just add on to that. I'm very prepared to go the rest of my life for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years and not have any friends. I'll have acquaintances, people I know, people I talk to. But I won't have any friends, and that's fine. Linda, you're my friend. And I really appreciate you contributing to the show. And I appreciate your commentary. Linda Irwin also wrote, my world changed very quickly on January 9th as my husband passed on. Sorry to hear that, Linda. I know that you've been grieving, and we haven't spoken live in a while, but I hope everything's going well in your world. Last time we spoke, you seemed to be holding up pretty well. And I know right now your biggest challenge is surviving the winters and the fires that will be soon starting up in McCall, Idaho. It's fire and ice in McCall. Is that on the sign when you enter the town? Welcome to McCall, Idaho, the town of fire and ice. Linda Irwin also wrote, this is all 2 months ago. Facebook cannot take a joke. Look what happened to me in 2018. Yeah, Linda has troubles for some reason with these platforms. I don't think Facebook was the only one. And I don't know why, because she's not like exactly politically controversial, but I guess she said some things. I don't remember. Anyway, Linda Irwin also wrote, I've been blessed that I am with 10 other people, friends and family, during the last several days. Well, thank you, Linda. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you had a support system. Sometimes I do think about, like, if my wife died, what would happen? I would be annoyed, because people would be in my house bringing me bowls of lasagna, whatever they do when somebody dies. Linda, did they bring you food? Did everyone bring, like, bowls of lasagna? Yeah, I would be like, oh, hi. This is what I would be saying to people. Oh, hi. It's so nice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. She was sweet. Because they was, my condolences. Like, oh, thank you very much. How long are you staying? Do you plan on staying the whole day? The sooner everybody gets out of my house, the better it'll be. And then somebody would say, Dave, that's not very nice. They're here, they're not here for you. They're here for your wife. Like, I know, but why can't they do that somewhere else? Why can't they just rent out the Justice League or whatever? The Hall of Freedom, or the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign, the VFW. Go down there. Why don't you just convene over there and eat all your lasagna? I'm not doing pasta anymore anyway. So I'd be like every typical guy. I'd just be freezing it, and I couldn't wait to give it away. Plus, now I have everybody's bowls in my house. Take your damn bowls with you. I don't need a house filled with bowls. I just lost my wife Why would I need a bunch of bowls? Take your bowls with you. Take a lasagna, too. Linda Irwin wrote, hope you did not eat any poppy seed baked goods before your test. Oh, yeah, I was talking about my DOT physical, which I passed. I don't have to come back for 2 more years. Patrick Maruki wrote, yes, with the advent of smartphones and technology in general, there's been a huge societal change in how people communicate. That is absolutely true. The more technology we have, the less we communicate. Isn't that amazing? The easier it is to actually say what you want to say and be with people, the less we do say what we want to say, although it seems like we do, but I think we're not capable. People are not ready for this technology. We haven't been. Even though I think we eased into it, I don't think we eased into it enough. I think we just kind of like really, boom, right there, texting, boom, right there, voicemails, all this craziness. There's no more waiting. Everything is instant. And anything instant is usually not good. What do you think about that? Sometimes I give you guys homework. You guys never do it. What do you think about that? Anything instant. Instant coffee, is that good? Fast food, is that good? Microwave food? I mean, I have microwave food. I think that's not that instant, but it's instant enough. I like microwave food. Okay. Radio Hope. Mike Myers from Radio Hope wrote, great to be here listening. Oh, no, he didn't say it like that. He had an exclamation point. Great to be here listening. Linda, so very here to hear about your husband. Well, that's nice, Mike. You don't even know Linda, but you were very nice to say that. Sorry to hear about your husband. Mike Myers also wrote from Radio Hope, oh my gosh, toxic relationships. I've had to drop a few folks lately. See? And I'm not. I mean, I'm not. And so I've done that, and other people have done that too. Have you all done that? Here's more homework. Have you dropped relationships, toxic relationships, and say, listen, I can't do this no more. We can't be friends. We can't be acquaintances. I can't talk to you on the phone. I can't take your text messages. And why? Why? Why were they toxic? Was it political? Were they insensitive? Were they depleters? So a little homework, if you could, just put in the speaker chat box. Don't just put down, hey, how you doing? Just write something. Engage with the show. That's what I'm here for. Mike Myers also wrote, I so understand where you are right now in life. Well, thank you, Mike. Mike gets me. He really gets me. Somebody named Hairball. I'm not going to say his real name. I actually know his real name. But he's on Spreaker as Hairball. Been there. Words can really get you into trouble with a lot of sensitive people that don't care to ask what you actually meant. That's true. Good job, Hairball. Thank you very much for contributing to the chat box. Hairball also wrote, I really don't like to have to monitor every word that comes from my mouth, but it is becoming a habit. Yep. You got to be careful what you say nowadays. Everybody's ready to cancel you. Hairball also wrote, I would rather talk. Face-to-face, preferably. Facial expression and body language say a lot that you can't find in texts. Yeah, also intonation, right? Intonation. Hairball also wrote, I say chit. C-H-I-T. ... LOL. I get it, Hairball. Thank you. I see here at the top that Luke Loses, click like, but did not leave a comment. Gail Nobles, click like, but did not leave a comment. But that's okay. David, apparently it's not okay. No, it really is okay. All right, how much time we have left? Oh, wow, we only have 7 minutes left. Okay. So let's do another show. I like to do a drink break. I'm going to do a drink break first. So there you go. I don't have a sound effect for it, but I do have some water with apple cider vinegar. My throat's getting a little scratchy here. I'm having my water with apple cider vinegar. I know Linda's having coffee. What are you guys having? What is everybody else having? Did you have a drink break? You probably didn't, but that's okay. I don't want to give you too much homework. I don't want to overwhelm you. All right, episode 284. It was titled, this is an original title, From F-Bombs to Farting. We cover it all. Episode number 284. In this episode, Dave discusses 1, his daily conditions, like his mysterious, scratchy voice from nowhere. Remember that? That was crazy. Number 2, why he's talking to himself more than ever. Yeah, that was weird. 3, whether his days off will change soon due to losing more of his seniority at work. Well, I haven't lost it yet, but they're still threatening with hiring these guys from another part of our company, and I'm going to lose my seniority. I'm really so unhappy about that. Number 4, his Kia Rio mileage report. Number 5, why he doesn't curse. That's right. 6, his thoughts on Hunter Biden's laptop, and number 7, what he has to say on farting. All right, let's see. Let's see what comments I have. I start off by saying, thank you all for listening and engaging. By the way, I'm doing the loop-de-loop at Coxsackie. 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 I think they like to say, the Coxsackians, they like to pronounce it Coxsackie. But I say Coxsackie. I don't know. I'm not here to piss anybody off. And I don't think I have any Coxsackie listeners. So it's okay. I'm not alienating any of my Coxsackie audience. I start off with the comment tip jar by saying, thank you all for listening and engaging. This is the second episode of Dumb 3.0, and I'm curious how you are all enjoying it, ? Feel free to call the Dumb line at 3477-I-AM-DUMB or 347-746-3862. Linda Irwin wrote, because I did a weather report, Linda Irwin wrote, we had 2 days of freezing fog, Saturday and Sunday. Ooh, freezing fog. Ugh. Linda Irwin also wrote, McCall, Idaho. I mean, really, what a nice place when you don't have to, deal with the fire and ice and freezing fog. Linda Irwin wrote, you have 6, the number 6, twice in your show notes. One needs to be changed to 7. That is true. Did I do it? I think I did. I'm not sure. I'll have to go and look. I think I did. Maybe I did it. If I did it, then somebody remind me and I'll do it again. The episode, was it 284, I said? Linda Irwin wrote, I have, in parentheses, note past tense here, known people like F-Man. Ah, yes, she has known F-bombers before. Linda Irwin also wrote, Phantom Farter, loose again. Patrick Maruki, little TV trivia here, wrote, Susan St. James was also on Macmillan and Wife. That is correct. With Rock Hudson, right? Yeah. Mike Myers from Radio Hope wrote, I used to cuss all of the time. I guess he doesn't cuss anymore. Gail Nobles, thank you, Gail Nobles, from Dramatized Radio. That's the name of her. One of her podcasts. She has Care Bear or whatever. She has like all these podcasts. I should write it down one day and give her a nice plug. All her shows are uniquely different and interesting. And I just like listening to her. She has got a great narrative. My voice is sometimes scratchy too. It's just the common trials of podcasting. Yeah, I know, but it's a little bit more than that for me. Something was up. Lynn Brunet from Sound Machine FM or soundmachine.com, soundmachinefm.com. I don't know. It's the new internet radio station that she's running. She's left Mile High Radio, hiliradio.com. And now she's at Sound Machine, and they play my show there. Lynn Brunet wrote, oh my God, OMG. I talk to myself all the freaking time, in capital letters. It's how I survive, LOL. Lynn Brunet also wrote, have often been teased for it. Oh, Lynn, that's not nice. I wouldn't tease you. Lynn Brunet also wrote, up as a pup? ? LOL. Yeah, up as a pup. Puppies, they're up. When they're up. Usually, right? They go crazy. All right, I see that Luke Loses clicked like, but did not leave a comment. Gail Nobles left a comment and clicked like. And some other guy here clicked like, but he didn't listen to the show. He didn't leave a comment. I know whoever this other guy is. I see his icon. I know he clicked like, but he didn't listen. He's just out to be seen. So we go to his show. Anyway, he did a shameful plug on one of my episodes. All right, that's it. So we caught up a little bit, right? 284. 284. Next episode of listeners' comments will start at 285. We caught up a lot. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening and engaging and being patient with me as I go through my trials and tribulations of life and podcasting and life at my job with the new ownership and all the politics and the craziness that is going on. I gotta go.
If you are enjoying these shows, please like and subscribe. Also, share them with your social media. Feel free to comment in the Spreaker chat box or call the Dumb line at 347-746-3862. Please keep your messages to 60 seconds or less and keep them clean, no profanity. Keep listening and engage. Do it because I asked you to. This is the Raven out.
Bye, guys.